have forgotten how class Jadon Sancho was at Dortmund. But after his poor and turbulent spell at United, he is back. Sancho had an impressive debut for Chelsea after their new manager Enzo Maresca claimed the winger needs to feel loved to get the best out of him. Is Chelsea showing Sancho the love? This debut, although it's only the beginning of his Chelsea days, had some fans reminiscing about Eden Hazard back in the day. So will Jadon Sancho be anything like the next Hazard for Chelsea? Sancho actually has a lot in common with the Chelsea icon. The two are regarded as excellent dribblers in Europe. In February 2019, the two of them ranked as the top 6 dribblers in Europe, with Hazard at third with a dribble every 21 minutes and an 18-year-old Jadon Sancho with a dribble every 24 minutes. Unfortunately, after transferring to United in the summer of 2021, Sancho became a shadow of his former self and struggled to maintain consistency. Now Jadon has decided to gain form by betting on himself. Not literally, let's hope. He chose to join Chelsea on loan and's off to a bright start. With Cole Palmer leading the line for Chelsea for the last 12 months, can Sancho bring some of that same quality to the left wing and properly start Chelsea's climb back to the top of world football? The last time Sancho took a risk, it ended well for him, when Pep Guardiola took Phil Foden to Manchester City's pre-season tour of the United States in 2017 and decided to drop Sancho. Guardiola believed that Sancho wasn't ready for the intensity of first-team football, and Sancho didn't like this one bit. So he decided to stop going to training, and instead he began to find his way out of City. Borussia Dortmund offered £8 million in the 2017 summer transfer window. City took the money, and off Sancho went to the Bundesliga. And at first, it looked like a rash decision. Sancho didn't make the squad and had to deal with fitness issues. Eventually, he debuted for Dortmund in October that season, but his injury problems wouldn't go away. But still, Jadon kept his head down and continued to work on recovering and getting back on the pitch. It wouldn't be until January that his efforts would prove fruitful, especially in terms of output with his first assist. When he returned from that injury, Sancho had a breathtaking performance in April 2018 against Bayer Leverkusen. In that match, he scored a goal and produced 2 assists in Dortmund's thrilling 4-0 win. From then on, one thing was finally clear: Sancho had arrived. When he began his second season for Dortmund, Sancho was physically and mentally fit. He began the season with another assist in Dortmund's win against Leipzig. He would then go on to provide a couple more assists, and his performances continued to improve. This earned him the October Player of the Month in the Bundesliga. Then came the international break in October, and Sancho took his fine form to debut for England in their UEFA Nations League match against Croatia that month. When club football resumed, his form was red hot and he unleashed terror against the defenders of Atletico Madrid with his breathtaking dribbling skills. Sancho capped that performance with a goal and continued to make things tick for Dortmund in the attack. He ended the season with 12 goals and 18 assists in 34 league appearances. Not bad, but it was only going to get better. Dortmund signed Erling Haaland in the 2019-20 season, and Sancho and Haaland struck up a sensational partnership. The two were difficult to play against in the Bundesliga, and Sancho ended the season as the 3rd highest goal scorer in the league, with 17 goals while also providing 17 assists in 32 league appearances. So it was getting clear to Dortmund that they wouldn't be able to keep their star player for long. Already in early 2019, Dortmund had resisted the efforts of Manchester United trying to sign their player. United had been following Sancho's progress since 2018, but they didn't want to be involved in a long negotiation with Dortmund early 2019, so they pulled out. Were they hoping they could get him for cheaper? If they were, Sancho showed again why he was worth every penny in the 2020-21 season. He dealt with injuries that season, but still, in the 38 appearances, he bagged 16 goals and 20 assists. United couldn't resist going to negotiate for Sancho again, and they made a beeline for his signature. Dortmund played hardball, and United had to pay €85 million to secure Sancho's services. The thought of Sancho electrifying United's left wing really excited the fan base. Their expectations, though, were far different from reality. Sancho would delight fans, but those moments would only come fleetingly. He stayed at United for only 2.5 seasons and only scored a total of 12 goals for United. So what actually happened? Well, Cristiano Ronaldo played a part, but it's not what you think. Cristiano returned to United in that same 2021 season that they signed Sancho, and it led to United making some tactical changes. Sancho couldn't play in his preferred left wing, where he's more dangerous, because Ronaldo had changed things. United had sacked Jose Mourinho to hire Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the 2018-19 season. When Ole became full-time manager the following season, part of the changes he made was to return Marcus Rashford to the left wing, the same position Sancho loves to play in. Rashford performed excellently in that position, and he remained there when Cristiano and Sancho joined. Cristiano led the line for United, and the tactical tweaks that followed had Sancho competing with Paul Pogba, Anthony Elanga, Jesse Lingard, and Edinson Cavani for different positions in the forward areas. It didn't help Sancho that United played a transitional football style, which was different from the possession-based football that he was used to in Man City's academy and, of course, Dortmund. Also, the form of the entire team was poor that season, which led to United dismissing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ralf Rangnick getting appointed after Michael Carrick served briefly as caretaker. This chaos really affected Sancho's form that season, and he ended it with a measly 3 goals and 3 assists. The next season, United hired Erik ten Hag, who was called the Crown Prince of Dutch football. Ten Hag played a similar possession-based attacking football style that Sancho was used to. So finally, United were going to get the best out of Sancho. He started the season brightly, and fans were excited. He scored a beautiful goal against Liverpool and gave United more of the same in their match against Leicester and other Premier League teams. In the Europa League, Sancho was also decisive. However, there was one little problem. Ten Hag departed from his possession football to one that relied on wingers and counter-attacking football. Okay, on the surface, this seemed like it would be a good fit for Sancho, but it wasn't. And it's because of how he loved to play. Sancho's main strengths are his breathtaking dribbling skills, ball control, and creativity. He's good in one-on-one situations and uses his dribbling to free himself and create chances for his teammates. He's versatile, although he prefers to play on the left wing. As a winger, Sancho isn't the type to hold width. He has a predominant right foot and plays on the wing, so he prefers to cut inside to put the ball on his right foot, where he can pick out a teammate with a pass or try and wrap the ball into the top right. Soon after his spectacular start to the season, Sancho lost his form, and things got so bad that Ten Hag had removed him from United's squad list, and he had to be put in an individual training regime. When Sancho returned to the squad, he showed the Dortmund version of himself, but he couldn't sustain his form, and he ended the season with 6 goals and 3 assists in 26 Premier League appearances. Ten Hag's patience was wearing thin, and by the 23-24 season, he gave up on Sancho. At the beginning of the season, Ten Hag removed Sancho from United's squad and accused him of not training well. Sancho publicly called Ten Hag a liar and refused to apologise when asked to, even if that meant he would no longer play for the team. After being frozen out for a good while, Sancho eventually left in January of 2024 to go back on loan to his beloved club Dortmund. There, he slowly regained his match fitness, his form, and contributed to their success in their run to the final in the Champions League. Now, unfortunately, Dortmund didn't win as they lost to Real Madrid in the final, which was very anticlimactic for Dortmund fans and any non-Real Madrid fans, as the trophy went back to Madrid again. But anyway, Dortmund didn't retain his services and Sancho returned to United. The big question was, what was next for the winger? Sancho and Ten Hag settled their feud, but immediately he got a loan offer from Chelsea. Sancho accepted, and off he went to play for his boyhood club, who he was born a fan of, even ready to take a pay cut to make his move permanent if certain conditions were met. Now that remains to be seen, but he's certainly off to a bright start. Sancho debuted for Chelsea against Bournemouth, and his performance in that match was impressive to say the least. He completed 2 dribbles out of the 4 he attempted, created a big chance, and crowned his effort with an assist. He was playing with supreme confidence, something that is an incredible improvement in football and something that a lot of players have struggled with and are currently struggling with, like Marcus Rashford. Rashford's often turning backwards and playing negatively, and this is something he needs to change. After the match, Chelsea fans noted something exceptional about Sancho's performance. He brought back memories of Eden Hazard with his quick feet, pace, and creativity. Now, Eden Hazard was incredible for Chelsea on that left wing, so now Chelsea fans hope Sancho will bring more of these memories. However, that weight of expectation could be crushing, as Sancho is still far off from what Hazard was for Chelsea. So what do you think? They're big boots to fill. Can Jadon do it?